Hello and welcome to day 4 of Vintage Style Lantern Week on the Pardon My English channel. A week I made up in which we take a look at old school looking or vintage or retro looking lanterns with modern technology, i.e. Lithium ion batteries and LEDs and circuit boards and so on. If you missed the first 3 days and you like this sort of thing, go ahead and check those out because we take a look at 2 cool lanterns from Barebones and then a pair of these from Everbright. Thus far, today we've got a much smaller lantern from Pinsai. At least that's the name that's printed on the badge of the lantern itself. I don't know if that's the actual brand of this lantern, but basically I was just perusing Amazon and came across this and really liked it. Thought I'd give it a shot. I overpaid for it. I think I spent $25. I had really bad timing because after I purchased it, of course, it went on sale with a coupon code. So right now I think you can get this in between 15 and 20 bucks on Amazon with the coupon code, which is pretty cool. They come in different colors, as you can see here. We've got the green one. I think the black one's the only other one I saw available for purchase, but they both look good. And yeah, here's a look at the back. The lantern itself is packaged pretty well in the box. There is a lot of foam holding everything in place. Not that it really needs it though. I mean, this is an all metal construction lantern. I guess just in case it doesn't get scratched on you in transit, but yeah. Durable little light. You feel the weight to it. It is small, very small indeed. So the all metal isn't necessarily a deal breaker if you do want to pack this and camp with it or carry it elsewhere. It's not so big so that the metal really weighs you down too much. Here's a look at that cable, USB-C to USB-A, charging cable included. Look at the manual. The English section is in the back of this manual. And then yeah, the lantern itself, which is probably what you clicked on the video to see. Really neat. You've got a charging port here on the back. One thing I will say about this, on this particular one I don't know if they're all like this, this thing it doesn't fit very tightly. It likes to kind of just work its way out. So that would be a minor nitpick. I wish this did fit more snug in there just to preserve the watertight rating on it. And speaking of the watertight rating, it is IPX4 waterproof rated. Yeah, I've got a lot of useful information on the base here as well. So you've got your minimum, maximum brightness. This thing doesn't get terribly bright, as you can see, 1 to 60 lumens. And this is very notable. This CCT, or color temperature, it describes the light tint. This puts out a very amber, very orange light. I can't emphasize that enough. If you are looking for like a white light LED or neutral, this is much warmer than that. And just for reference, here's that Everbright lantern. I would consider this to be relatively neutral or warm, but up next to this, you can see, maybe you can't, but this looks like a white light in comparison to this. This is very orange, very amber. It does have like a flame, like type of light output to it. So if you're into that, that's what this thing puts out. Would be kind of cozy, nice, maybe in a tent or something to that effect. And then yeah, the main draw, probably why I got this, is that spiral you're seeing in there. Really cool. They've got that. I don't know how to describe these like rope-like LEDs, but yeah, really cool. Spiraling around a tube in there. Got a little metal cage protecting it. All this is steel. Whole thing up here, including this little nameplate. These screws. I did take this apart. In fact, let's just do that now. Okay, we're back and it's broken. Basically, you just take off these 4 nuts from the top. This lifts off. Then you've got this globe that lifts off next. And then from there, the second shade. And then you get to the tube. In the tube, you'll find a bit of foam around an 18650 battery that is wired in. So minor nitpick, once again, it would be cool if this had just a drop-in replaceable type battery. That way you could just, keep this thing powered by bringing extra batteries and plopping them in. And earlier you may have noticed this 1/4 inch threading here at the base. This is compatible with tripods. So if you do want to elevate this up off of a table or much higher to cast light in a wider area, you're able to do that with this lantern. You can use this with a tripod. You can obviously sit or hang. So 3 different ways you can use it. With it being as small as it is, I could see this being used inside of a tent or maybe outside of it, just in the entry area. I wouldn't rely on this for anything substantial in terms of illumination. Don't expect too much from this. Is this practical or not? I mean, it all depends on what you need from it. This doesn't put out a ton of light. 160 lumens max. It does have 3 modes. There's your low, I think that's 40 lumens, medium, and high. That's the user interface, and if you click again, you get off. There's no mode memory, so if you go to medium, for example, let it sit for a while, when I click it next, it's actually not gonna go on to high, it's gonna go off. So if it's been more than a few seconds, it will just turn off. And if you turn it back on, you're always gonna get low first, medium, then high. I kind of like that. I would, on this other lantern earlier in the week, this comes on high first and then low, and I don't like that because you can kind of wash out your night vision on accident with something like that. I like that this starts on low before getting up to high. So that's good. But yeah, let's take a look at just how much light this does put out. I've never shown you my very professional studio before. This is where all the magic happens. But yeah, let's check out the output from this. It's low, medium, and high. And I like that shade. Keeps you from looking directly at the LED. You see what it illuminates instead, which is kind of what you want. Because even the camera, if I get on the LED, you see that glare. It's not what you want. So yeah, I mean, for a table or a small enough area, this will get the job done. You can kind of see the base does block some of the lights. There's a darker circle directly under it. But aside from that, you get light out kind of in an hourglass shape from the side. So cool little lantern in my opinion, but just don't expect too much from it. So there you have it, the Pinsai mini camping lantern. I hope I gave you a good look at this both inside and out, literally. If I did do a good job, please give me a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you're not already. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about this lantern. Would you pick something like this up? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's practical? Is it too small? Do you need more output? Or could you see some kind of use for this sort of thing in your camping setup or in your life? Or would you just like this hanging around, looking cool by a desk in a man cave, something of that nature? Let me know your thoughts. As always, I always appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for the next video, day 5 already in the week of vintage or retro style lanterns on the PME channel. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.